Rich.
Why?
Just the colours.
Break it up.
Yeah, they go in the middle. You're alright.
That's
What
better.
about you? Wouldn't you?
Nah, this feels weird.
Does that feel
No,
good?
let's do it.
You're in charge.
Okay. Hi guys, and welcome to the Friday.
What?
Why are we doing this?
So we're going to watch this back in 5 years' time and go, that's when I had
Remember
hair.
that?
Weren't we naff at podcasts back
Yeah.
then? That's what
What's
we're going to
going
think back. Haven't we improved? Is
That's
we're
what
gonna
you
think,
want. Yeah.
So,
So guys, welcome to the Friday podcast. It's been an amazing weekend.
amazing.
Absolutely amazing. One we won't
Tiring.
forget. Exhausting, but amazing. Mark, what we've been up to?
Okay, so Friday we had our event, our launch event. What an evening. What a
Absolutely.
day. So we spent all day over there. Thanks so much to Tanya and the events team for putting that on. The room looked amazing. All the accessories like balloons and all the things that us as men probably wouldn't have thought of.
Yeah.
The pretty stuff on the tables,
Mhm.
the sprinkles and all that sort of stuff. Loads of effort into all that. Room looked amazing when we got there. I think with the lighting, the cameras, the TV, all of that sort of stuff, the room just looked awesome. So we had our events evening. We'll go into a bit more detail on that in a minute actually, but let's just run through the weekend. So events evening Friday night. We started about 9 o'clock that morning after going to the gym, and all day we were setting the room up, and then we had the event in the evening, and then we had to take it all down after that. So it was a late one for us. Then we had the GUNGHO 5 kilometre run on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Managed to raise, I'm not 100% sure yet because we're still waiting for sponsor money and that to come in. It looks like probably somewhere around £600 from
Really?
Mind Charity,
That's
which
pretty
is
good.
amazing.
That's
So yeah, there's 17 of us done it. It's a good start. So that's what I can see coming in so far. So it might be more than that, but I'll give official figures for everything.
That's
Once
fantastic.
it's all
Do
in,
we
so that's
get
great.
to go there and hand the big check over?
One of them massive checks. I
Always
want.
wanted to-
Yeah.
Always wanted to
do
get
the-
one of them
the
big
big
checks, so
check.
we'll see if we can get one of them. Yeah,
That'd be
that'd
good.
be awesome. So we're going to go down. And we'll do something with Mind once we've got all the money in and got a definite figure. So that would be great. So we've done that. That was on the Saturday, which was tiring for us running 5k. But I think you ran about 10k backwards and forwards with cameras filming it all.
I didn't think it
and
through, if I'm honest.
didn't think it
Didn't
through.
think it through as well as I should have done. And
What went wrong?
It's like, yeah,
what
I'll
went
do it.
wrong? I didn't realise that I had to be in front of you guys
Constantly.
to catch you
Yeah.
coming towards the camera. You'd have thought I would have done, but it didn't occur to me till I got there. So I would constantly, and the other thing was the way it was laid out. You were running. You had to keep. Was it the red code to your right?
Yeah, cones on our right. Yep.
Well, that's all very well, but when you're running up and down, you don't really know where the track is.
Yeah.
So, and then there was like ladies with prams going across, dogs
Ambulances.
running, ambulances,
Ambulances.
and I'm just thinking, it looks like I've basically run around a freeway here
Yeah.
with a camera, and so I didn't keep that bit. So I had to try and I should have planned it out a little bit more. So next year when we'll be there, hopefully, I will make sure I realise where the course is, because trying to get to the inflatables before you got to the inflatables was quite difficult. Although it did help the little queues and stuff. So that I got there in
slowed
the
it up
end.
a bit. So it was a 5k run, but
It was, yeah.
it was because of the amount of people that turned out to do it, which is an amazing achievement for Norwich. But it created queues and that at each obstacle, so it sort of gave you a little bit of chance to catch up.
It did, yeah.
So
I think just going off of that as well, I know myself and Mark had a conversation earlier in the week where we were saying how you just show up in these places.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
we
it's
were,
just
because we were
suddenly there.
reviewing one of the preview videos for the event that we did, and it was just like how does he capture all of
Yeah,
this?
when
How
did
does
you
he
get
manage to get all of these shots? So I don't think people realise like how much goes into capturing everything to make things visually look the way that they do.
It's about reading. I appreciate that. It's about reading the room. It's about you're not in the room. You're not part of it.
Mhm.
So you sit back from it and you watch people and you watch people's reactions. The most annoying thing is you have to watch a reaction before you can get the reaction.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you have to preempt things and read the atmosphere in the room. And it's about also the other hard thing is staying out of the people's way. Quite fortunately, I'm not the tallest man in the world. So it helps in that sense because you don't get in their way.
his chair's high now.
My chair is high. It also has a little beaker cup here, and I eat my dinner. One of the amazing things when Katie, a youth coach, she got everyone up on stage. That was fantastic because the footage that I got from that, that's just gold. That is she's up on stage. I've got them, and I've got the audience reacting to them.
Yeah.
You can't. they're invaluable, those
Yeah.
moments.
So Katie, at the GUNGHO event, when they done the warm up, they'd had a stage where a guy up there doing the warm up, and then everybody else was in the audience, sort of a few hundred people doing a warm up, ready for the race. Katie, being Katie, went up, managed to get up on stage with the guy doing the warm up, with a couple of the younger girls out of our group.
Yeah.
And they all done the warm up with everybody in the audience,
It was
because
fantastic.
that's what she's like. So yeah, which was really cool to see. So she was up on stage. Doing the warm up, she had a GoPro on her head as well, one of them GoPro.
Oh wow! I haven't seen
Yeah,
that
yeah.
footage yet,
So we've got all the GoPro footage as well to use as well. So we also had somebody else there doing still photography on the evening.
Yep,
as
young
well.
lady.
So what we're also going to do, we've got lots of her photos coming through, so we'll be doing that and promoting her as well.
Yeah,
So
she was fantastic on the night.
yeah, so Miss
did it,
Piper,
didn't she?
she's done some really nice photos, and there'll also be a link. Anybody in Norwich looking for a photographer for an event or something like that, she'll be on there as well.
You did your talk on Friday night.
Yes.
How do you think your segment went? I thought it was fantastic, but
Thank you. I felt it went well. Part of what I said is, being with these events, it's all well and good, the whole motivation side of things, and getting everyone pumped, dancing off their seats and stuff. But when you can see people starting to have insights and really start to open up in a way that they didn't see or feel was possible or was normal, with everything being it is today, that gives me more. So to see somebody, not to say to see somebody break down, but to see somebody have a breakthrough where they realise, I'm not okay. And that's the first step to, creating a change, is realising there's something here that I've not dealt with, there's something here that I want to work on, something here that I want to move past, and then you're able to create space for yourself.
I know there's a couple of people who connected with you afterwards, and I think the same goes for every speaker there. There was somebody that took something away from it and connected with them afterwards, and there's hopefully some really powerful coaching and stuff that's going to come out of that. So some people who have learned a lot from it, and not everybody, but probably six or seven people who took more away from it than everybody else. Visually, we noticed, and if the whole event serves those 6 people, then all been worthwhile, isn't it? So it was a really powerful evening. My main thing was I was very grateful for everybody that was there. That was the main thing I wanted to get across. There was a couple of things we were going to do to get some people up and do a couple of things just to show the power of the mind and things, which we'll save for next time. It's not a problem.
Yeah, like we openly admit, we're on a journey. We're not perfect. We're en route to designing what we want, like what we can see is starting to come into reality. We're designing, what we see is needed. Mm-hmm. So, what was your main takeaway from the event? Whether that be from like a personal point of view, or in terms of like the event itself, how you can grow, like you said, things like timing. But what was your main takeaway from the event?
100% realise how hard it is to get people to attend events.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I think ruin it for a lot of people is the history of events, where it's this run to the back of the room and credit card details and all of that, and it scares a lot of people off. And as I've said before, if you said to somebody, I've got a way of making you a millionaire, but it's going to cost you 10 grand, most people would instantly think, I don't want to part with 10 grand. They wouldn't be thinking about the £1 million. And that's because people are programmed to sort of think if it's too good to be true, it probably is, and that sort of thing. And I think people have learned, it's easy to get burnt on things like that, because there are so many people out there that offer the world and actually haven't got it to give. Mm-hmm. This is really what we're trying to create, and I think it was proved Friday night through not having, it wasn't anybody there selling anything. There was no program sold. There was no. I mean, most people didn't even sort of come across with how to connect with them if people wanted to and stuff. That was just done. If you wanted to connect with that person, you went and saw them afterwards. You didn't. They weren't going around giving out business cards. There weren't leaflets. There wasn't all of that sort of stuff. So I think what we aim to set up, we've achieved. definitely from making it a friendly, safe environment.
That was paramount.
Which is really where I came from, because certainly the first few events I went to, they were just pitch fest. So just people trying to get money out of you, left, right, and centre. We've heard stories of events where there's plants in the audience saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to sign up for that." You know, all of this sort of stuff. And this is literally why we set up the platform we've got, because we want a safe environment for people to come to. That's not to say there isn't things for sale. You know, I know Jermaine mentioned his book, and he's got a book he sells. But there wasn't any pushing of it or anything like that. David's got his book, Flavia's got her model that she does. But what the whole thing is, where we would rather pay speakers to come and do an event and then not try selling stuff. If you want to connect with them afterwards and buy a book off them, things like that, great, but it's not a pitch fest. Yeah. Just on that as well, one of the things that we spoke about as an upgrade on the site was the author. The author thing. Yeah. So if you now go onto a post, article, podcast, whatever you go onto, at the top it will say who it's done by. Obviously, like this one, it's done by Success4. But you know, whoever does the article, if you hover over their name, it'll actually bring up details of that person, how you can connect with them, Facebook links, website links, things like that. So, and obviously all their previous work as well. So if it was a podcast series by Complete, say, if you go on there and hover over it, it will show you the previous ones in that series. So it's a really powerful tool for, number one, for the people doing the articles and things to be able to advertise their previous work. Yeah. But also, you know, for anyone that goes on there, if you want to connect with these people are doing it for the right reasons, and we've got nobody on that site who we think isn't doing it for the right reasons.
My favourite bit of footage was just before you lot went on to do your tour. So you got all of the speakers in the hallway outside. Mm-hmm. It's a great bit of footage.
Had our little
pep talk, outside the loos. Yeah. It was lovely. And it was a great moment. Like,
what a place! It was a great moment.
It was a great moment, in and out, hand dries going. But it was a really, really lovely moment on camera, and then to watch, I could imagine looking from far away back. That is going to be something we look back on in 10 years' time and go, "Wow, if we only knew then."
I think that's it. Some of the events I've done, I know Josh has done several as well. That is a really really worthwhile 5 minutes, just all getting together before the event. And I know we sort of done it out in America, and we've done it at different events we've been to. Just that 5 minute chat between everybody, just knowing that you've got the support of every other speaker there. You're not on your own, and a lot of speakers sort of see, "Oh, we're going to do my bit." Well, your bit's the whole evening. Yeah. Yeah. It's not your bit isn't the 10 minutes in the middle. Your bit, you're there for the evening, and you're there supporting the other speakers and everybody. And just that. And I know we had Flavia there, which was the first talk she had done. She done amazing.
She did. Yeah.
Done really well. Said everything she wanted to say. She didn't miss anything. She didn't stutter. Didn't it just went perfectly well. And she was worried about it, and I think just the other speakers there just setting their mind at ease, and just sort of, if all else fails, there's other people there that can support her. So, but that 5 minutes beforehand just brought everybody together, and because a lot of them hadn't met each other before and things, so that was well worth doing. At the end of Jermaine's speech, he invited Katie to the stage, and again it was Katie's first time she had spoken in front of certainly a group that big, apart from sort of speaking academy training that we've done and things like that. So for her to get up in front of that many people, some of which her grandparents were there, her mum, her dad, her brother, her friends, there's lots of people there she knew. So to get up there and do that was amazing. I'm so proud of her. And I can't thank Jermaine enough for the support he gave her, because I think Jermaine made her feel $1 million, which was, Jermaine can do that to anybody, because he's an amazing guy. And she done so well and really got a message across. And again, you've got that on film, so that's something else that we're going to bring out as a little video clip. So I can't speak highly enough of you guys, Tanya, Katie, all the speakers, the hotel, everything, and the audience as well. Everybody in the audience, I think for most people, 99% of them, They enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
There's going to be some people in the audience that didn't connect with certain people.
Of course.
That's
Yeah,
that's
why you have so many different types.
That's it. And you have different types of speakers.
Yeah.
GUNGHO. Oh, we got up in the morning, pouring with rain, and it was like, here we go.
Yeah.
This is going to be a soggy, horrible day. We literally, by the time we got there, it stopped raining.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody who said they were going to turn up, and they all brought people with them for support and stuff, which was great. We were Mind kindly gave us all t-shirts to run in as well, which looked really good on the day because they were bright blue t-shirts.
Yeah. Made you easier to find when I was trying to film it as well.
Which is always
good.
good.
Thank God they had Mind t-shirts.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have had a clue.
You can see us across the field as you're trundling across the field with cameras and stuff. And I was more worried about you falling over in the mud with the camera and ruining a $5,000 camera.
I thought you might be. Yeah, that didn't happen. Thank God.
But what a day. Josh, just talk us through some of the obstacles and that we went over.
So the funniest moment, me and Katie were like, right, we're going to go against each other on this obstacle, and right at the end, you had to just sort of like go up this sort of like ladder thing, and Katie didn't see that there was a net there. And so she literally just ran into this net and almost like backflipped on herself, and it was just, all of this while she's got the GoPro on.
The whole time Josh is singing,
yeah, and she's got the GoPro on for the whole thing, so like that would have been cool. But yeah, it was very, very enjoyable. The foam at the end as well. It's taste. As I said, like the last time I was around that much foam, it was like a foam party, which was like a little bit different.
So the last obstacle that was a giant slide, like biggest slide you've ever seen, which was quite hard work just to get up there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then
I flew up.
Barely knew it.
Yeah, so we've also done some really good interviews this week, and we're not going to release exactly what they're all about and everything quite yet, but Josh has done one with somebody who you may know, but
if you don't know, then
you should know, so that'll be coming out very soon. So we've done a little interview with him, give you a clue, him. What else have we got coming up?
Well, we've got the release of a lot of the footage. We've got Jermaine's interview is going to come out soon. We've got Complete's interview to come out at some point. And a lot more footage from the weekends.
Are you going to break down the speakers into lots of?
Yes, yeah. We'll use it in bits and bobs. We don't need to put it all out. One, obviously, because there's so much people.
Thing,
so we'll put bits of speakers, talks out. We'll put a couple of promo videos out. We'll try and get as much out as possible. We've got the very first video podcast we've done.
Video podcast,
so,
which seems really strange as well. I keep forgetting the video's rolling.
Yeah. You've done well there.
Have I done right?
You've done right.
Pick my nose or anything?
No, I think I have a couple of times.
I'm in touch with my nose.
Well, I nearly sneezed earlier and I was like, hold it together.
Yeah, not let's do that.
Yeah. So we've got the first video podcast we've ever done. So hello, Mum.
Hi, Mum. We need signs. Can we get signs? Hi, Mum.
We can do. We can sneak them up halfway through saying stuff.
Advertising.
Yeah, that's it.
No advertising.
No advertising. Not pitch fest.
No.
Yeah. I don't take myself seriously.
Which is good. I don't think actually we take any of this very seriously.
No.
From the point of view of
we care about it all.
We care about it, but we want to make it enjoyable.
Definitely enjoyable.
So it's got to be enjoyable. If it wasn't enjoyable and we were doing it as a job, if this was your 9 to 5 job, and you were just being paid to work 9 to 5, kick out a load of content for the website, I think the whole website, the podcast, everything we do would probably lose 90% of its friendliness. There'll be loads of content coming up, which is really good. It just gives us loads of content to keep chucking up on the site for everyone.
We're now on iTunes.
Right, tell us about it, Rich. I see. Again, that was a massive, we all celebrated, but then we haven't mentioned it. Tell us about what does that mean?
Well, it just means that they're available to a much wider audience. So all of our content, there's 84 podcasts on there. And that's how many we've done.
Have we really done 84 already?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. 84
podcasts, 85 now, and a video. And
shall I pause it when we're 86?
86, yeah. So we've done 85 podcasts now up on iTunes, and they're all available. If you go to Success4, just type it in the search, and you'll find everything on there. It needs a bit of organisation. It needs especially with the images through. Obviously, there's new things you learn.
Yeah.
iTunes changes some of their formats from
Oh,
time
they
to time.
messed around with some of the pictures.
Yeah,
and things, didn't they?
but you can go on it and
But
find
it
them all.
doesn't change the actual podcast.
The actual podcast doesn't change.
identical, so.
You can share it on Facebook and Twitter from there. You can even download it from there, and you can subscribe on there. It just opens up to a much bigger audience. And actually, overnight, I saw a massive increase in the listeners. A really big increase in the listeners just because it was available on that platform.
Hello and welcome to the Success4
Ending. Yeah.
But always, guys, this is a very important point. So we're just
Good.
as always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. We're Success4 Global on all social media platforms. We're now on iTunes as well, as we mentioned earlier, because this is going to be at the end. So yes, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, download them, listen in your car, let us know what you think, and let us know what value you got, and what more you want to see from us. Okay,
yeah, come join us for the journey.
Join us, definitely. Join us for the journey.
So we'll see you in a week.
I don't see you for a week. I see you for the window.